The obelisk in the Place de la Concorde in Paris is one of the only two Egyptian obelisks in France. Let's talk about it in part 21 of Egyptian obelisks around the world. This obelisk, while sometimes referred to as Cleopatra's Needle, has actually almost nothing to do with Cleopatra. This is better known as one of the Luxor obelisks, which were both created to stand on either side of the entrance of Luxor Temple during the reign of Ramses II around 1250 BCE. Although the temple was not built by Ramses II, he did quite a few renovations to the temple, including adding the two obelisks that were carved from a single piece of red granite, quarried about 100 miles south of Luxor in Aswan, and would have been transported on a specialty designed barge and lowered into the place with ropes and sand. Even though Egyptian obelisks are typically created in identical pairs, the two obelisks at Luxor's were actually different heights. The one that is now in Paris is the shorter of the two obelisks, which was originally mounted on a taller pedestal and placed farther from the pylon than the other obelisk. It's highly debated as to why they decided on this design choice, but it appears that the ancient Egyptians adjusted it so that a spectator at the temple pretty much wouldn't notice that they were different heights. Both obelisks contain long hieroglyphic text in sunken relief on all four sides, which talks about Ramses II, Amun-Ra, and Horus. So how did the obelisk get to Paris? The original idea to transport the obelisk was during the Napoleonic campaign in Egypt in 1799. A general of Napoleon wrote a letter to him proposing that it could be used as a trophy of French conquest, but with the end of the French campaign in Egypt, the idea was never realized. But in November 1830, Muhammad Ali Pasha, the ruler of Ottoman Egypt at that time, officially gave both the Luxor obelisks to France. In reciprocation for the gift, France gave the Ottomans a mechanical clock in the 1840s, known today as the Cairo Citadel clock, though it's kind of ironic because the clock has rarely worked since its arrival in Cairo. The shorter obelisk was decided to be moved first, and in 1831 it was taken down. It arrived in Paris in 1833 and was placed in the center of the Place de la Concorde in 1836. The cost of relocating the obelisk was estimated to be 2.5 million francs, about $19 million in 2020. Though it's not completely clear, the high cost might be why the second obelisk was never transported to France and still stands at Luxor Temple today. In 1998, France added a gold leaf pyramid cap to the top of the obelisk, and the cost was covered by sponsorship from Yves Saint Laurent. It was long suspected that the pyramidion had originally been covered with bronze, gold, or maybe electrum, but had been stolen in the 500s BCE. Next, we're going to look at the only other obelisk located in France today.